Hello and welcome to another episode of the 5D BIM Learning Series by me, your host, Gerald Snyman, and where I'm using my apartment renovation as a case study for learning how to do 5D building information modeling. And yes, I'm learning it. I have no idea what to do, how much, uh, how big the project actually is, but so far I'm enjoying it and I achieving what I hope to, and that is to, at the very least, to closely approximate what the professional industry 5D or BIM software is doing. And I want to do all of that with a spreadsheet and the Unreal Engine. Alright, here's the model that I introduced in the first episode. I made some little bit of tweakings, getting everything as close to the millimeter as possible, but yeah, a building built in 1980s seems to have a philosophy that walls need to be not perpendicular, parallel, or parallel and perpendicular. Uh, it it makes it difficult, but I just had to settle for a 5 to 10 millimeter discrepancies here and there. But over time, I will figure out how can I get it to be better. And regarding naming convention, the objects we would like to have rather a your project name in this apartment complex is my project name, a level where the object is going to reside, and even though that it's looking like it's on ground level, but I'm actually operating on the first level. And then start categorizing where the object is going to be used. I have two main divisions, and that is structural and non-structural. I can break all of these doors, walls out, and to sit only with the slab and columns, and my building will still stand. So, um, as such, I categorize my elements. Then, then a subcategory. I have a slab, SLV slab, and column. And then you end with a unique number. I mean, if you have multiple copies of the same object, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I use the numbering in order to reference or approximate where the object is. being used, right? And a good example will be my plaster, for instance. This T-shaped wall thingy, um, it is ending at 1, 2, 3. Living room is number 1, dining room is number 2, and kitchen is number 3. So that object is referenced in respect to the 3 rooms. So I can easily see where, I mean, this is a part of the master bedroom. This is master bedroom, master bedroom. When you let's switch to wireframe, then as you can see, master bedroom, master bedroom, master bedroom, master bedroom, master and master. Right. Then now how we use this now from Blender, I'm I'm going to my spreadsheet where I list all my elements, and this list is going to dictate exactly the order in what I want elements to get introduced. If it's not in this list, it is not going to spawn. If I want to remove a column, I just remove the column out of here, and I don't have to change my programming, because the whole logic is based on what this table is presenting. The first row, you need to be your headings, and that's important. Make it short and as practical as possible, because if you're going to use my workflow, then that is important. If you follow my workflow, uh, we'll see when we get there. Then also very very important, it took me way too long to figure this out, a lot of trial and error. Column A is a row naming column. Now you can name your rows whatever you want, but you have to have this first column. It can be empty. The heading preferably empty or 0, but just don't name it anything. Um, Rather keep it empty, because it just mess things up. Um, so row naming, I decided to just go by number, because then I can know how many elements I have. Right, and then the various things that I am interested in, for instance, the location of the object, its rotation, and um, the asset name. I'm not really using it, but I do use the asset path. And there's now once you settle with a logical naming convention for your objects, then I for instance, also in my object elements, I added a dimension, a size, so that saying this door frame is 875 millimeter uh, wide, and and 825 wide and 870 wide. And so there's this differences. But if you pay attention to uh, this plaster, for instance, non-structural partitioning wall plaster, right? 999, and the asset name is 999. SM underscore is just static mesh, and that's added to the name in the process of export importing it into Unreal. Then when you look at the door frame, there are two door frames of the same size, right? Two physical locations, and but different locations, but I'm not using the same uh, asset name. So I automate my spreadsheet uh, to use the NSD-DR in the name to classify it. Say, okay, well, uh, there's going to be a multiple of these things, and you just need to use the base model of this. You need to use the need to ditch the um, sequence number and reference the base model. Now, now that we have this table, it's we head over to the Unreal Engine, and there are some texture issues because the UV maps, but I'll do that in a separate video. Need to do my UV maps and everything, but this um, this building, if you remember, if you watched the introduction video, I showed how it's only the slab and the pillars, like here in like with here in Blender. Uh, because in Unreal I just tested with the slabs and pillars proof of concept, right? So then I stepped it up a little further and I added a whole bunch of other objects to the list to see if my script is going to hold up, and sure it did. I'm very impressed, I must say. And so this is what I accomplished so far with what I in my mission in for my 5D BIM endeavor, because it's more than just the model. I mean, I know so many others on YouTube saying, "Oh yeah, 5D BIM, 5D BIM. Let me show you 5D BIM," but it's only 3D modeling, and that's where it ends. But I really do put a bunch of effort into, for instance, timeline. we need a timeline. All right. From the timeline, we will the timeline gives is kind of the starting point of laying out the steps in the our renovation process. Need to finish up the dashboard. We have resources, labor, materials, risks, and reference data, media, and so eventually the element schedule will be adapted in order to cater also for uh, more information other than just cost, how much the materials, so that in our um, presentation in the Unreal Engine we will have a nice display of showing the construction of the model, as I can show you like so. Uh, uh, and then with all the details on costs and time and practicalities and stuff. So there's my walls coming in. Now, if you watch the first episode, I did a walk around exactly like this, and but it was only slabs and pillars. Now we have walls. Uh, yeah. Oh, need to uh, find a way to automate the collision. But yeah, so satisfying. And yeah, so this is what I accomplished so far, and I just love programming. I mean, I I enjoy modeling. I enjoy programming, and I have a renovation project. And instead of going blindly about it, I have all these skills and which I apply to my personal use. And as always, oh, feel free to leave comments, suggestions, tips, and tricks, and especially if you are in the industry. And thank you for watching, and until the next video.